What's going on, everybody? It is Tuesday, November 3rd, and today, a lot of things are happening, man. I hope you guys have been paying attention. If you guys remember, same time we had last year, we had the surge volume for cryptocurrencies overall actually surge online on the internet, and today we're actually seeing, that things are picking back up, the interest in crypto and people just searching random things about crypto. Obviously, Shiba's all the way at the top here, SafeMoon, Shiba Inu, SafeMoon, Shiba Inu, which is actually crazy. But besides the fact, there is more and more interest, more newbies, I guess, coming back into the space overall. And Bitcoin, if you guys watched the the live stream we actually had a couple of days ago here, Bitcoin is at a level right now where we do expect it to kind of linger for a bit before we drop, or I do expect some sort of a bit more of a prolonged consolidation. But nonetheless, VeChain is actually doing great, and I know a lot of you guys actually do like the VeChain videos, so we're gonna put more and more of those to keep you updated. Nonetheless, though, this is probably the first time that I share Trading Lite, which is a platform I use to trade mainly. And the reason why is because I can actually have some sort of a heat map here that tells me what's happening with the price action. So I'm just going to share my screen here with you to see what I'm talking about. So overall, I do look at order books. If you're in our VIP Discord, I do like to look at supply and demand a lot more than just, at trend lines and resistance and support. Because overall, every price level has some sort of weight to it, right? We did get all the way to the, let's say, 27-cent region. But how many coins were traded? How many coins were bought or sold at that level? And you see that whenever we touch those high points or new all-time highs, the trading activity on the VPVR is not really a lot. So it depends how long we're actually going to spend time at a certain price level. And overall, when we project that over time, it tells us a lot about in the future whether we're going to react to this level or no. So VeChain, currently we're sitting at the 13-cent level, which is pretty good. If you watched the previous video we had, we did talk about some sort of a breakout coming up, and that's what we had. We broke up from the 11-cent region, went all the way to the 14-cent region, which is, I'm assuming here, how much do we have in terms of percentage-wise? We're looking at almost 22% price action to the upside. So right now, if you're wondering what these lines are on the chart here, they're basically just the order books, like a snapshot from the order books telling us how many people are willing to, buy sell if we're above the price action. If you see the line above the price action, it's telling us here that there's a lot of people trying to sell at the 16-cent level for VeChain. Some a bit less at the 15-cent region, and overall you can see here from before, sometime in June, at the end of June, beginning of July, you'll see how when VeChain dropped almost like 85%, 95%, you start seeing a lot of buy orders coming in at the 5-cent region, which goes well with the previous breakout we had sometime back in beginning of the year in February. So again, these levels actually do give us some sort of understanding of where the price action is going to kind of have some sort of reaction. And you'll see here, when we dropped heavily, you'll see these orders overall push the price action. We need to fill these orders for us to continue to move past them. Otherwise, if there's buyers at this level, we need to fill all their orders before we actually just breeze through that price action. So this was a pretty solidified support, and you'll see here we had a nice reaction. We went from the 5-cent all the way to the 9-cent region. Pretty nice. What do we have here? 100% movement to the upside. Actually, 53% movement to the upside. So we're coming back down again to the same zone with those levels. Those buy orders were still around that region again, and look what happened. So again, now we did break out. Right, we did break out of this ascending triangle we have here. This is a pretty nice support line that we have overall, and we actually broke out of it, and VeChain formed some sort of a symmetrical wedge. So what happens when we enter a symmetrical wedge? We actually expect to uptrend out of it when we have a breakout, especially when you're uptrending into it. You're expected to have a symmetrical price action and then uptrend out of it. But nonetheless, the videos are there for you to check it out. But specifically for this video, for looking at short-term and long-term price predictions, I'm seeing here that there's a massive sell order at the 16-cent region that's been there ever since. It's from October, September, October, November. Yeah, we're in November right now. So yeah, ever since, it's been almost exactly a month. We have here the more yellow the line is, the higher that sell order is going to be, and we're looking at somewhere between the 10 million to 14 million VeChains willing to be sold at the 16-cent level. So Overall, we know it's a pretty reactive region. We're getting into this VPVR highly reactive region, 16 cent leading to the 18 cent. Nonetheless, you can see even from before here, so even if I draw a line, you'll see that reaction actually happened a lot even from before around this level. So we do want VeChain to break above this level. And this is a pretty heavy sell wall that we need to pass through. So we did break out, right? We came back down to retest. I don't think we retested this region a lot yet. It's not solidified yet. But nonetheless, the performance since September 28th for VeChain has been actually amazing. So right now we're sitting here. We did break out. Overall, what we need to see with the price action, we need to see it go up, have a breakout, come back down to retest this resistance line right here since we have since April 17th. First touch, second touch, third touch, and now here we actually spent some time actually trying to break above it. You'll see here that we spent not a lot of time at the high levels. Again, same thing here, just a bit of a wedge. Here, a bit longer, we stayed for a couple of days, but around this level specifically, we actually fought. So buyers actually did fight the price action here. So not to prolong this video a lot, we do expect resistance at the 15 cent. We do expect resistance at the 16 cent. And when we drop down, we do expect some sort of support, specifically also at the VPVR at the 11 cent region. So right now, we're kind of squeezed in the price action between the 11 cent region and the 16 cent region. What's going to happen? The sentiment overall for crypto is positive so far. We're seeing a lot of adoption happening. We're seeing that the market, the outside, the newbies, outside of the crypto space are starting to search more and more for crypto. Is VeChain gonna be the asset that everyone's looking at so far? No one knows, but nonetheless, the price action is looking pretty amazing. And you can see here from the VPVR, if you watch, I always talk about the VPVR as the only thing we take a look at here. Even the indicators are lagging in general. It's not really giving you a full picture of what's going on. But the VPVR is telling me here that as soon as I pass this region over here, as soon as I break above this region over here, things are gonna look pretty nice. We're gonna have a nice couple of months for VeChain, which will lead us at least somewhere closer here to these levels, somewhere close to the 19 cent region before we get to the all-time highs. But overall, if you guys watched the videos from before, I talked about why is this not even moving? Oh, perfect, there we go. So we talked about what are the price targets, right? If we're uptrending out of VeChain like that, what do we expect overall in the a bit of a long term? I would say the next 2 to 3 months, maybe 4 months, depending on what Bitcoin is doing. Overall, you'll take the length of this symmetrical wedge from the height to the base, and you take it exactly towards that breakout level, and that pushes us somewhere closer to the 35 cent region, in my opinion. Obviously, some people can take it all the way from here. Overall, you can't really just you just need to basically ballpark majority of your price predictions to see where the price action could take us. But nonetheless, we expect some heavy resistance at the 16 cent coming up here. We need to clear that out. Next thing for us would be the 18 cent region. And overall, obviously, all-time highs, we're probably going to linger the same way Bitcoin was lingering at the 64K right now. But overall, we're looking at somewhere between the 36 cent region all the way to the 40 cent region sometime soon for VeChain. I'm excited. We're trying to see what the price action is going to tell us. We can get excited, right? We can get excited overall, but you always need to let the market speak to you first before we assume anything. Because something might come up, some sort of news for VeChain that just kind of obliterates the price action, and then just forget about it. You might have some more, partnership with VeChain. Recently, we had DHL actually having some sort of NFT partnership with VeChain. Obviously, it's just an NFT thing, but it's just telling you a lot about what's happening with VeChain and DHL overall and how they're actually in communication. That's what we really need. We need to see that with VeChain, and yeah, things are looking pretty good here. I'm stuttering over my words, so it looks like I might have to end this video right now. But nonetheless, we are watching what's happening with VeChain, and we will update you as soon as possible, or as soon as we see some sort of nice price action. But nonetheless, if you like the video, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon to get notified with new uploads. And yeah, man, thank you for watching.